An internet pastime of mine when I am bored is to attempt to go deep on YouTube. Recently, I found this freaky little man in one of these trips. His content is more disturbing than funny, but it's exactly the sort of beautiful train wreck I know this place would love. I've been debating of creating a thread on him, because he's a doozy, but since he appeared extremely obscured, I figured I'd be the first to test the waters and post it here. That was a little snippet of a Kiwi Farms thread that I found on a certain Lolcow. This Lolcow is named Andrew Peter Carlson. This is kind of a special kind of episode because when I was reading the thread, like every Lolcow does, the guy came on here, Andrew, came on here, and basically gave more information to everything in the thread. So he kind of gave us more information. So the person today, Andrew Peter Carlson, or he often goes by Anaiah or Anaiah Carlson. He appears to be a member of the Hebrew roots, which would be under like some kind of Judaism religion, which this is what mostly his first channel that he created focuses on, talking about Judaism and then reading sometimes the Dead Scrolls, going over that. But the more interesting part and the reason why I made a story on this guy and is reading the thread is his second channel, how he details his obsessive behavior over his former friend and stalker behavior towards her. He does not spare any details about any of the stalking or anything like that. In Carlson's post to the Kiwi Farms, he claimed that he was brought up Protestant but did not like Christianity, so he discovered the Judaism and that was more working for him, that fit his character, and decided to change and wants to change his name to a more Hebrew name. The object of his obsession is a fellow Hebrew named Melina, or as she changed her name to Tamar, who he met online in early 2012. She wrote books about outdoor activities and she is rather loony herself. He made a series of unwanted romantic advances towards her, which she rejected, before they finally fell out in 2014. He has been trying to take her back and be her perfect husband ever since. His first reaction to trying to win her back was to harass her by tracking down her location and sending her pictures of her surroundings, for which he was taken to court and slapped with a 2-year restraining order. He has since attempted to unsuccessfully reduce it down to 1 year, and hopes that Melina will have a change of heart and waive the order. Undeterred by this, he devised a 14-year-long love quest to win her heart. At the time of the OP's posting on Kiwi Farms, we are already on year 5, 9 more years to go. And if this love quest fails, he will begin Project Reconciliation. He is very creepily ambiguous about what Project Reconciliation entails. Basically, he says he wants to stalk her for life. To further complicate his plans, Melina recently got married to a man known as Yasha by the ceremony called a covenant. Apparently, Andrew evidently considers Yasha as his enemy and often makes videos against him and how he doesn't deserve to have Melina. Yasha, on his part, fully knows that he and his wife is being stalked. He posts about it on his channel and uploads videos of Andrew as an interpreted threat. Andrew went as far as mirroring videos featuring Melina on his channel, which they were hit by a copyright strike. There was an edit to the OP. Apparently, Yasha made a video in which he curses Null and the Kiwi Farms with the power of Yahweh. Andrew does not like when people dislike his videos, apparently ignoring the fact that people don't like neckbeards that stalk people. He says he only wants a certain person to watch his video, which begs the question of why he makes them public in the first place. Other disturbing includes him going back through the texts and voice messages Melina sent him when they were on good terms. He also fully doxed himself in a video. Naturally, he has been called out for this behavior and has justified himself by saying he's saving Melina from a dangerous path and that her marriage is adulterous and thus doing the right thing. His creepery has not limited itself to YouTube either. Apparently, he has got a WordPress blog about his love for Melina and attempts to reclaim her. This WordPress blog is public, but you could peek a little at it through Google. The Kiwi Farms also have dug up that there was a extremely unsettling address to Melina, which is inappropriately hosted on academia.u. It was used to basically try to win Melina back over, which did not work. There is a myheritage.com post where Carlson has apparently attempted to document Melina's extensive family tree. There is also a Hebrew dating site where he lists Melina as his match. However, he's apparently seeking a male, and he also wants to be a cult leader too. And there was a bizarre post on Quova where it's not really related to Melina, but it proves that Andrew is either completely bonkers or he surrounds himself with people even crazier than him. Andrew has uploaded a video discussing the possibility of fighting Yasha in real life. He had also a lengthy conversation with an acquaintance of Yasha's in the comment section. This comment is probably all you need to know. And finally, some more interesting news. Andrew has a series of private videos on his channel which are apparently mirrors of videos featuring Yasha and Melina hidden. However, he has perhaps accidentally made one of those videos public. It features Yasha going internet tough guy on Andrew's ass and casually mentions that he spent 2 months in the clink for domestic violence against his wife. So I'm going to read some of what Andrew has posted on the Kiwi Farm to try to clear his name about the post. So we're going to start with Melina. So he says, as for her being loony, she is sometimes really out there and has ridiculous ideas. She is really mean-spirited and unforgiving and a hateful person, but she's also a very special person. Sweet in many ways when she wants to be, and very vulnerable and a rare gem. That's why I love her so much, because of how special the good parts about her are. The bad parts I can't stand and I hate. She is certainly not a loon, at least not in a certifiable sense. When we were friends, we often talked about possibilities of getting married, and when she told me in 2014, before we stopped being friends, that she had strong feelings of wanting to marry me, we talked about our beliefs, but we were both cautious due to some major differences in our religion. However, she is still considering me. She has found someone else. She went with him and they broke up, and then, still considering me, found somebody else. She then went with him. They broke up too. We were talking about me moving into the apartment to live with her so I could be her servant and she could pay me small fees to do that. But then she ceased being friends with me because she got angry about how my conviction that some people who have done horrible things can be redeemed and forgiven for bad things that they did. I wanted to get revenge on her, so I shared pictures with people of her confessing to her ex in Facebook messages that she was a prostitute. Things that would destroy our friendship. She gave me another chance for friendship in 2015 for a few months, but she had never fully forgiven me for that. She says she was lying about being a prostitute. Whether she is lying or not, it's because she said that our friendship was ultimately destroyed. I've contacted many of her exes to get their side of the story. This woman has a lot of darkness in her, but she can be dangerous to some extent. She is willing to murder some people. She told me that herself. Certain things about her life are unhealthy and horribly damaging to the ones she loves. She turned against her entire biological family. She hates her sister and mother because they have different religions than her. and did things that she hasn't forgiven them for. She had broken a lot of men's hearts and broken a lot of good friendships and family because of her meanness. My goal has been to save her from a downward spiral and show her the light of what true love and friendship is all about. That being said, my method of doing this was extremely unorthodox. I admit I crossed a big line, and that was wrong of me to cross. What has resulted in me getting a protective order against me. He did stop many engagements that Melina was going to have to different men, and was doing this to protect her, but most of his ranting and spurging out is all about Melina, and it's kind of like the same thing I already covered, so I'm going to just end it here, but I did want to read that little section to you. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.